Well, praise the Lord, hallelujah. Praise the Lord, hallelujah, and thank you, Jesus. It's around that time right here on KAC Radio where we have one of my most hottest shows. None other than What's Going On with Lady D and Sir John. Take it away, Lady D.
There we go.
All right. Yes.
It's a Sunday.
It is a beautiful Sunday. I love the weather out. It's perfect. If I could just bottle this up and, put it in a bottle and pour it out every day, this would be the temperature I would like for all year round. Is there any countries or places like that
Hawaii.
here that exist?
Hawaii.
Hawaii? Did you say Hawaii?
You said Hawaii.
Hawaii? Okay, yeah. Because this is beautiful.
Yeah, they got volcanoes.
Yeah, I mean, we got to deal with the bad weather, but,
Typhoons.
can't have it all. So you got to give up some. Well, I guess, you got to give up something to get something. But,
It's the best area. You get every season as it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. And, we've got some really great things that's going on here in Cleveland. And now that we're getting ready.
Browns win.
Hey, go Browns. Was that Thursday night?
Thursday night?
And what was the score?
I don't know. They won.
Yeah, because I had wrote it down. I think it was 21
Yeah, you're right.
21 to 14 or 21 to something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Browns. Okay.
Yeah.
Look like the
First
team
win
is
in
coming
300.
alive.
So,
You got new players out there.
Yeah,
Who are
young
some of the
players.
new players? The new, some new stuff.
yeah. We
Oh.
got Reddy Baker Mayfield. We got a wonderful corner from
Okay.
Ohio State, Denzel Ward. Of course, everybody else from last year. Still one of the youngest team. I still believe they're still the youngest team.
Are we one of
By
the youngest
age.
teams, Larry?
You know what? I am most
Actually,
certain
we were
are.
the youngest team,
Yeah, I
but we
think
got
do.
some veterans, so I think
Right.
that might tip the age scale. But I think it's still that we're the youngest team in the NFL.
Okay.
So things are coming together. We're getting a good product for a change.
Well,
So
awesome.
you
yeah.
know, besides the Indian cast, the Gladiators,
I enjoy the Gladiators.
and the Monsters.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
forget them.
yeah. I
'Cause they
enjoy
was
it.
holding it down.
Yeah, because I was like, the Gladiators. They were for a minute. They were better than our
They are.
the
still.
the,
They're
the regular
consistent.
team. Yeah,
They get into the playoffs.
yeah.
So, and the tickets are not, that expensive like the Browns.
Right, and you can
So-
go and have a good time with the family
All
and
right.
take
Indoors.
the kids out. And indoors, yes, and indoors.
When the, snow
Yes.
comes.
Yep. And then also we've got Maple Farms because it's now apple season. Get that apple cider going and
Oh,
all
yeah.
the the apple butter and your apple turnovers. So you've got a lot of good things going.
Fall's coming in.
Yeah, for fall, and it is beautiful because the trees start changing colors, and it's just really nice. Yeah,
Soothing.
yeah, it's relaxing.
Right.
You
Well, we
know.
can have an Indian summer, Lord. If
Yeah.
you want to do that.
And then we're right up the street here from the Cleveland Art Museum,
Right?
and that is just such a gorgeous place itself. And because I know my niece, she's taking the kids out every weekend. They go somewhere around the city. And last weekend they were over at the Art Museum, and it was just really gorgeous. And they have a special exhibit going on over there. I think it runs up until today, so you may want to go and check it out. I know the Cleveland Zoo a couple of months ago, they had a wonderful
Light Festival.
yes, the Light Festival, which was really nice. And we actually had tickets, our job, we were
So what's
fortunate.
that going on now? You didn't mention it. At the-
Over at the,
the name
I
of
didn't
it.
want to butcher up the
Well, go ahead and
name.
butcher up the name.
I didn't want to butcher the name. It is called Yale Kasuma Infinity Mirrors. And then we also
What's
have,
that all about? Do you remember?
well, they've got this, it's Oriental, display and things like that going
Oh,
on.
okay.
I don't know. I may try to go and see what I can see this evening when I leave here, because I like that.
Well,
I
there
mean,
was a lot of people this week in Cleveland for, all our what's the word, centenarians out there. We have the oldest lady in the United States here in the United States who lives right here in Cleveland Heights.
Really?
She's 113 years.
Wow.
Leslie Rao.
Happy birthday. That is
She's
awesome.
now the oldest person in the United States. 113.
113 years old.
Lord, what you did see, right?
Okay.
And I think the last surviving member of the Tuskegee Airmen just had a birthday as well, and he's 100 years old,
Wow.
and here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, he's in Cleveland? Because I thought maybe
Mhm.
Columbus. I know my girlfriend, she's a member of that organization, and they all do a lot of different things there in Columbus. Evelyn Kelly. Hey, El. Yeah, she's really big with the airmen, so that's great. And he's 100
I think he's 100.
years old. That's just really awesome. Would you want to live to be 100 years old, John?
No,
And why not?
because that's way too long.
And what would be the age that you would want to live up to? You think your body would just shrivel up and you'd be no good?
Whatever God decides.
John wants to live to be 99.
99.
Because
99
because
why?
only Anomaly would want to be 99 and a half. He's 99
I was
and a
gonna,
half.
that's what I was going to
99
say.
and a
Or
half.
3/4.
99 and a half.
Oh, I don't want to live to be 100, but I'll live to be 99 and 3/4.
3/4.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, boy. No, but you
That's
know
a
what?
long time.
It
I mean,
is, but
and
if
it's
you-
a lot, you see.
But if you live a nice, healthy, fulfilling life, I mean, look at, we have a lot of people that are like 80 and 90 that don't even look at it, you know, and they're getting around just fine.
Still driving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
going
going
15 miles
places.
per
They're
hour.
living. No, Cicely Tyson, look how old she is. That lady looks awesome.
Going 10 miles per hour.
I don't think she'd be driving 10 miles. Well, she could afford to have her driver, okay?
Right, exactly.
Okay. But, you
All I'm
know,
saying.
I think it's
You've
all
been
up-
behind them.
I think it's all about how you take care of yourself and, you know, how you get out and get involved and you have a circle because, of course, if you get that old, I'm quite sure you done outlived all your friends and family members. So you still have to keep yourself being active.
Well, you probably have younger family members and things
Yeah.
like that, but still.
Yeah.
Adam.
What about you, Larry? How long you want to live?
120.
120?
Yeah, that's what my father promised me. 120.
120 years? Okay, what's
Oh,
that?
6 years less than God?
You know,
He
6
said
years less than God.
126,
I
okay.
said 120.
think it was
That's what God
126.
promised. 120.
120.
Now he's going
Was
to
it
question.
120 or 126?
Okay, now he's.
How
gonna-
many scores?
he's-
Because
he's
it's
gonna-
scores.
After Methuselah,
Okay,
he
no,
said,
no. Man, my spirit will dwell with man for 120 years. He said 120
6
years.
years
See,
less than
now,
what he said.
now, you know, okay, of course, I get a call right
I-
now.
you know.
Right.
But yeah, 120 years, John.
120? I thought it was.
That's it.
He said
Just read the Bible, John. You know,
I
you
did.
just
It
read
said
the Bible.
126.
No, you're thinking of 76, 10. You're thinking of 76.
Yeah, because I was going to say, there's the scores
I'm thinking
are
of
there.
what he said
Okay.
after Methuselah.
Okay, well, anyway,
Well, anyway.
he's the anomaly, and I'm not going to argue with
That's
him
right, yeah.
because he is,
He's,
one of a kind.
yes, he's
He's
John.
one of a kind. His Bible says 126. Okay, John, if your Bible says 126, great. My Bible says 120.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
All right. Fair enough. It's way
The
too long.
anomaly, ladies and gentlemen. You see it right here,
Yes,
live. The anomaly.
99 and a half for
Whoa,
John.
dude.
3/4.
That's
And it's still too long.
Oh my goodness.
So
what else you got,
okay, and so
Lorraine?
now the Cleveland Armenian Festival was going on since Friday, the 21st, and it's going on through today,
And
the
where's that?
23rd, and that's at 678 Richmond Road,
All right.
and it's free. So if you have nothing to do, you want to take your family out and go get some really good
Food.
Armenian food. I mean, because I like it.
What is an Armenian?
Well, I would.
What is what?
Armenian?
Armenian. Where are they from? What continent? Where?
It's right. It's between Turkey, Iran, and
Okay.
Russia.
All right.
So it's like at that border where the Caspian Sea is.
Okay.
It's in the middle. Actually, Armenia was also one of the first countries that accepted Christ as a whole. I think it was was it the Ethiopians, the Coptic Church first, and then the Armenians were second.
Okay.
Okay.
So in Richmond, is there a large Armenian population or something? That's why they're having it there, or?
Well, Richmond Heights, you have a mixture of cultures is out there.
Mm-hmm.
So more likely, yeah, and they're quite sure they probably have a church
Yeah.
that's there, and they do this, if I'm not mistaken, pretty much yearly. They have a lot of different little festivals out there, national festivals.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Will
that's.
will Khloe Kardashian be there? And she's moving back to Ohio.
Is she really right? I don't know. She might make a special appearance.
She's of Armenian descent. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And then yesterday, they had over at the Cleveland Renaissance Hotel was the Cleveland Dance Sport Challenge, and that was
Ballroom dancing.
Yeah, ballroom dancing. Now I really I love ballroom dancing. I think it's classy, and I love them when they have
You
the
gonna put on the Ritz?
competitions. Yeah, and the men dress and the lady dress, and and they do their stepping and everything. I like it. I like it a lot. I remember when I was back and I was working at WDLK Radio, we used to promote. We was one of the sponsors. Our sister station, WRMR, would have ballroom dancing, the breakfast brunch that was held at.
Dance as you eat.
It was on Euclid Avenue, and I can't think of the name of this place, but you would go up the stairs, they had the elevator, and they had a big area, they had breakfast brunch there, and the ballroom dancing was there. And it was very nice. And every Sunday, people would pack the house, and we would go there and have breakfast brunch, and they would do the ballroom dancing. So that's nice to know that we are, having ballroom dancing back again. So, and then now coming up, as the weather's starting to change, we also have the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad.
Yeah, which
Steam in
is
the
always
valley.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
fun.
You been on there?
Oh, yes.
That's something that's on my to-do list. I want to get on the train and ride
Yes,
it.
it's nice.
I think it's really nice to ride through and watch all the colors. How long
love
is the
colors.
ride actually?
I forget, but I think it might be at least an hour and a half.
I think it is.
Is
It's about
it?
an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Right.
and what's so interesting, you go through areas that you didn't even know exist in the city,
In this
in
area,
the
yeah.
county. It's really interesting, and saw a lot of bald eagles, believe it or not.
Really?
A lot of American eagles. Yeah.
Live ones?
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because they were actually have
it's a scenic
statues.
drive, and they're gonna drive by a mortuary of bald eagles. I mean, why? What? Live ones? No, stop. Just put it on a tree.
Well, sometimes they do that to give it that look, Well, I'm just asking. I want to know. So that's a good camera shot. We need to tell Pearl Reed to get on that scenic route, because she's really good at taking pictures.
Oh.
Yeah, she would
Well,
enjoy
and
that.
You mentioned the ballroom dancing. There was someone out of John Margarita. She does professional ballroom dancing. I wonder if she was in that competition.
I know we do have a couple of places here. I've seen like up on Mayfield where you can actually go and take ballroom dancing.
Yeah, because that was something
Ballroom
me and Lois
classes,
always
yeah.
wanted to do.
Yeah, I want to do that too. I know a friend of mine, Miranda, she would go do ballroom dance, and she was telling me. And yeah, it's just like remember salsa? Salsa was once really a big hit. You don't hear much more about that. Are they
Part of
still?
ballroom dancing.
Well,
yeah, it's a big hit.
Is it still going strong?
Yeah, people still salsa.
Okay. Yeah, because I know for one time there, a couple of years ago, I mean, that's all I heard was salsa, and over on the west side in the different clubs and things.
Which
And it's
is-
just that
that's pretty good.
I haven't heard much of that.
Salsa, which is?
No, right.
Oh, dancing.
Salsa dancing, yes.
Like tripping her up every once in a while. What's next?
And then also I saw the natural dyeing workshop. at Hale Farm and Village,
Uh-huh.
where you can learn how to go and do, I guess, tie-dyeing and colors and things
And make
like
your
that.
own dye.
Yeah, make your own dye and all of that. So that seems like that would be pretty interesting
Yeah.
too. And now to mention about changes here in Cleveland, right here in the heart of Euclid, in Mayfield. Did you see how they gave it a whole new look?
Yeah.
It's like a nice little community there.
Where at?
Right here, Euclid and Mayfield, that little strip right on the corner. It's before you get to 123rd in Euclid or 125th in Euclid.
Okay.
Right there, Euclid and Mayfield, that corner.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got, because before.
Where all the
it used to-
construction's been going on right now?
Yeah,
A lot
it's,
of construction been going on Euclid, period.
Yeah.
but it's
University
got a
Circle, like,
nice
very
look.
beautiful.
They've got all these different shops.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Before it used to be just McDonald's set there. Now you've got the coffee shops, you got pizza shops. I mean, it's like a little city within a city.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, and it's great for the college students, Case Western Reserve
So
students.
it's right there at the foot of Little Italy then?
Yep,
Okay, gotcha.
just before you go up the hill, right
Gotcha,
there.
gotcha.
Yeah, Euclid Avenue and Mayfield. They've redone that and they've got apartments and things like that. So it's
Okay.
really nice.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm telling you, Cleveland is really making a real comeback.
Yeah, I mean, Cleveland always has had some nice, ethnic pockets throughout, the area. I mean, like the area where our studio is currently located. It's called the Midtown Corridor
Right.
/ the Health Tech
Corridor.
corridor, and it has a lot of techie companies like ourselves,
Yes.
as well as a lot of health companies. As a matter of fact, we have a couple new shows coming up starting in October
Okay.
that are women health oriented.
Good.
And these are actually nurses from the Cleveland Clinic, so we're
That's
excited
great.
about that.
Yeah, that'd be great, yeah. Because
So
we've
it's
got a
got-
lot of techie
we-
people right here in
Yeah,
this
in this building.
building.
Right, this is a techie building.
Yeah,
It's a turnaround. It's a huge turnaround, and I think it's a good thing because it's going to just bring more people, more job opportunities to this area that was at one time the heart of technology in America. So that's a good thing.
yeah, because this building here holds a lot of history.
Yeah.
The
this
Baker
whole
Building,
area holds a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
history.
it's a lot of history here. Someone, what was this, Millionaires Row?
Yep.
Yep.
So, and it's really making its comeback. Yeah,
Is today the 23rd?
yes, it is.
It is the 23rd. So all you Trekkie fans out there get a chance to meet Captain Kirk
Oh, where is he?
in Akron.
Oh, okay.
I think he's gonna do a whole question and answer and everything.
Oh, yeah, he was
So
on
he's gonna
television
be, and
yesterday.
that's right. That's from what up to 8 p.m. today.
Yeah, what was it? The Emmys, they were talking, they had him on, and they were just like doing a real quick overview. And it was like over 100 different cast members. He had all of them that are still alive. They were standing on stage
George
with him.
Takei, yeah. So if you're a Star Trek fan, and I have a cousin and then my mother, who are huge, but she probably don't miss her, but yeah.
Yeah.
Akron today. It's up to 8 p.m.
Oh, that'll be
Where
great.
at in Akron? I mean, give them some specifics.
182 South Main Street, Akron, Ohio, at the
Okay.
Civic Center.
At
Okay,
the Civic
Civic
Center.
Center, yeah.
Okay, all right. So there's some place you can go and you Star Trek fans and probably get all kind of different memorabilia out there. And
Or maybe you might look up and get an autograph.
yeah, never know. That stuff has value.
William Shatner. It's Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk. I
Yeah,
liked it,
Scott.
Captain Kirk. And what was the other one with the pointed ears?
Vulcan.
Spock, that his main guy, yeah. And the doctor.
Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, good shows, good shows.
Really, to tell you the truth, as I take a look here, let me get a shot of this gentleman.
Okay.
He reminds me of
What?
LeVar Burton when he played the guy on
Star Trek.
Star Trek. You look just like LeVar Burton. If we give you some of those glass things,
Oh my God! I'm like,
You talking about that guy?
right, exactly. He said, "Let me take the shot," and I'm
Yeah, let me
looking
take
at
the shot,
the screen.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm like waiting to see who it is. And you talking about you,
this
John?
guy looks like LeVar Burton.
Okay.
He could be related to LeVar Burton.
Next Generation Star
Next
Trek.
Generation.
Okay. All right. You never know. We may see you out there.
We may see John,
yeah.
John, with the glasses and everything. And,
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I was reading this article, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. But they were talking about toys from your childhood
Yeah.
and how much are they really worth today. And that's interesting because do you have any of your old toys from childhood?
Some.
You, Larry, what do you
No,
have?
I had divorced parents, and that means pretty much everything you ever owned was lost.
Wow. What about you?
I got some.
What do you have?
Gosh, a lot of crap.
I mean, what a value?
Maybe.
Were you a collector of anything?
Comic books.
Comic books? Because comic books are big.
Certain toys.
They actually
Well, I
have
don't collect them. It's just
comic
stuff
book
I
conventions and stuff.
kept or hid.
You kept them in good
Star
shape?
Wars stuff. Yes, some of them, yes.
I know I have a brother who's a collector of comic books.
Evil Knievel stuff.
Yeah,
G.I. Joe.
yeah.
The original G.I. Joe.
You got the original G.I.
Yeah,
Joe?
some of them.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, I had the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that's one of my
Very-
favorite comic
The very
books.
first one to come out.
Really?
And of course, hey, don't have it now, but I had
Uh-huh.
the Silver Surfer. He was a really cool guy. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
See,
one of the
I-
Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm waiting for a movie about him.
Yeah, really.
I liked it, like, okay.
Many kids understand who the Silver Surfer is. That was one of the best comics ever.
Yes, yes.
I never read that one.
Really good.
Well, tell us more about the Silver Surfer for those who are not aware.
Well, it's actually two. So, but the one that I like the most, the original Silver Surfer, picked from Earth. Something happened, like his wife died or something like that, or was killed.
I don't remember.
And then, in Marvel Universe, there's the Guardians. They look out for the universe to make sure it's happy. Sometimes they intervene, sometimes they don't, depending on what the Aligned One of God tells them to do.
Oh.
And he becomes their, he sort of becomes their hatchet man. Pretty much. The intervention. When they need to intervene in a world or a solar system. So it makes it, he travels on this surfboard like a surfer, but it actually, he can go through the universe. The surfboard gives him this power. He can be as strong as the Hulk or small.
Oh,
He's like that,
wow.
all kinds of power.
Okay.
He can destroy his sun or stuff like that. He's the opposite of the Phoenix.
Okay.
So everybody knows the X-Men, Jean Grey, she becomes the Phoenix, which is also a being for the Guardians to use, but they use that to destroy galaxies. He's to intervene and be the surgical, she's just to be the blatant.
Well, I was into the girly stuff, so I was
Oh,
like,
girly?
I liked it.
Because
The
people can tell, are they
RGs.
good? Are they bad? But they're really good and bad. But they're really good because their whole jobs are balanced.
I was more into my Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
Diane Carroll. I remember when they first
Diane
had a
Carroll.
Diane Carroll, Julia doll out.
Broke.
Yeah,
When
that
they-
was like one of the first black dolls,
Art
Barbie
Track.
dolls. Yeah. And then, of course, just the rest of them. And Kent, when we finally got a boy Barbie, Kent. And so whatever. But,
All that's changed a lot.
yeah. And we were big on playing jacks. Now, I could play some jacks. And actually, back then, the boys in the neighborhood played jacks with us, too. We
It
had
wasn't
some guys.
a girls' game back in the day.
No, everybody
Actually, a very
played jacks.
thinking game and
Yeah,
marbles.
and how to catch them and throw them on the back of your hand and flip and catch the
Yeah.
ball. Yeah.
And
hmm
marbles. So what
Yeah,
other
marbles.
events we
I
got?
never got into marbles. I didn't understand that. I mean, besides they were pretty.
Now, that's one thing I do have. I do have a jar of marbles.
Do you?
Yeah, still have my marbles.
So what was the object of shooting marbles? Because they would call it
Well,
shooting marbles.
Well, you put a circle in the driveway,
bowling.
and the object was to shoot the marble out of the
opponent's.
circle, the opponent's marble out of the
Oh,
circle.
Sort of like, what the Italian game?
Bocce ball.
bocce ball.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or the ice thing where they had the big weights and they push.
Right, right.
Like shot put. Sort of similar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never really.
Just inexpensive.
Okay. Yeah, because they had some beautiful color looking marbles. You know, and now we take marbles
yeah.
and we use them for decorating our floral plants and things.
I think
you
all
know.
those games really tied to eye-hand coordination.
Yes, just like the Batman and
Mm-hmm.
playing tennis and a lot of other little things they had
That's,
out there.
you know,
yeah.
one of the things missing with video games. But even though they got to connect now and things like that, where you can interact, and that's all to bring out that, you know, the hands, the eye-hand coordination that I don't think video games really get you into.
Well, I think one that's kind of close to video games, but actually live was Sock'em. What was that? The
Rock'em
robot,
Sock'em.
Oh,
Rock'em
right.
Sock'em
That was
robot.
close to video games.
Well, because you're working your thumbs.
That's
you
like
have to-
Hungry Hippo. Operation.
Operation.
What other events? What other things we got going on?
Well, let's see.
The Cleveland Urban Film Festival.
Yes. Now that's at Shaker Square,
Yes, it is.
and that's going on
One of my
today.
favorite
Um,
theaters in the world.
They're having something at Dewey's today. Matter of fact, our organization that we belong to, Greater Cleveland Black Association of Journalists, we're having a little gathering this evening from 3 to 5 at Dewey's at Shaker Square.
That must be the discussion part.
Yeah, so we're up there this evening. I said maybe I would try to stop by. Cassandra, she shot that out.
It'll be, what is it, highlighting diversity in, you know, in film and stuff like that. So that's a good thing to see.
We've got some great film directors here in Cleveland.
Yeah, we do.
You know, they had something.
A lot.
If it was, I'm not mistaken, it might have been last week or last weekend. I know Philly Wheaton, he was one of the participants there. I saw a flyer or something. And he's really, he has a play coming out too, Philly Wheaton. And he's been very active and done a lot of great plays here in Cleveland and taken them on the road. All his plays are sellouts at the Cleveland Playhouse. And then, of course,
What is about that play you were going to at Caramel?
oh, yeah,
Fences.
Fences, Kirmu, definitely not leave them out.
Take John with you.
John and Lois, I asked him if him and
forgot to
Lois
ask
would
you,
like
but
to
I'll
go
ask
if
her.
you and Kathy wasn't going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Friday. Friday is media night. So it starts at
And
7:30.
Fences is one of those movies that the play itself did really great before the movie, the book and everything.
Okay.
So the movie was a really great movie. So
Yeah, I really
seeing it
loved the
and
movie.
see the play, which I didn't see.
I haven't seen the play either.
Yeah, it
So
will be awesome. So, yeah, at
Yeah.
Caramel.
at Caramel, yes. So that started, and I'm not sure how long Fences is going to be running. Probably a couple of weeks. But yeah, get out and go and see Fences over at Caramel. Caramel is really bringing some dynamite plays
Yes,
there.
yes,
And Tony Silas is doing just a wonderful job of taking Caramel to different levels.
Yes.
You know, and so that's good to see because it's a very old, original black theater, you know, that gave blacks an opportunity to come
Well,
out
not
and.
just blacks, you know.
Well, yeah, all people, you know, it was
Jewish, our
in the
Jewish
community.
brothers and sisters as well. You know,
People got their first start there at
a
Caramel.
lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot.
Reuben Silvers, Dorothy Silvers, you know, they were the original ones there, playwriters and directors over there. Yeah, I remember Reuben and Dorothy. My mom used to work on a lot of their sets that they had, and that's how I got introduced to Caramel House.
You know, my dad was telling me that with Ruby Dee and
And
what's that?
Ozzie Davis.
Ozzie Davis.
Yes.
Got their start. at
Yes.
Caramel House, too.
Ron O'Neill, Superfly, he was over there.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of people have came through those doors of Caramel House.
Yeah.
Yes. So what else? When is the next Browns game?
Well, that's of course next week.
Okay.
Next Sunday. I think we're gonna be at.
Are we playing? Is it a home or away
Raiders.
game?
I don't remember,
Okay.
but it's a game we should win.
All right.
And of course the Indians. are on their roll. So it's a lot of great things going on that.
And when is
sport.
basketball started?
Around January.
January. Okay, so we got a little ways for that.
Yeah.
And who do we have new? We have any new? We got some new players.
There's a lot of new players.
Did we revamp the whole team now that?
Somewhat, not all the way,
Okay.
because of the salary cap.
Okay.
Some people
You
are
know?
getting paid a little too much money, I think.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think we'll have a good season. Maybe not what we're used to for for a while, but I think we'll have a good season.
Do you think they'll be able to survive now that LeBron James,
Yeah.
you know? Well, maybe they've taken a lot of good
It's
notes
room
and
to-
learned how to play as a team,
Yeah.
you know.
See a lot of good players, and I think
and
gives an
really-
opportunity to find somebody. We've got a great rookie. I think he's did really, really well through the summer season. For the rookies in the NBA, and it'll be exciting. I think it won't be as bad as people think.
Yeah,
I think they are going to surprise a lot of people.
that would be good, to show that they
And
can
it
do
gives
it.
Love a chance, to be the center. And with that rookie, I think he'll have, what he needs as well. So I think it'll work out. How we do in the playoffs, it determines on the players. But when we get there, I think we might even get in there.
Well, that would be
It would
exciting
not
to
be
see.
as a bad season as
Yeah.
people think that are.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to do.
But just looking, still a whole bunch of stuff going on here as this week going into the fall. A lot of stuff at the Museum of Arts, a lot at the galleries and things like that. Now you wanted to talk about something about some of the current events that happened this past week.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
open up the door.
Well, I was going over some of the things that are going on as of
Well,
right now
text you.
today, But current issues, and I know you said, I mentioned it to you at work, but I was reading a little bit more, and they're really coming hard on the tennis player.
Serena Williams.
Yes, because of her last remark with the young man that's,
It was the referee,
The-
pretty much. I think it's taken out of context, or maybe they came down too heavy. He did call a call, which was in the rules, but it's something in tennis they don't usually do. I think, and like John McEnroe said, he said things worse, or did worse. And
right,
a lot of former, players have said and did worse on that. And so what she did was no different than any other.
yeah, and I guess it's
It's-
just based on who your referee is.
Yeah, it based on yeah, and they said there's a rule about coaching, but it happens and it does. You saw it even in the men's finals afterwards. The one guy's coach was coaching from the stands, but the referee didn't call.
Mm-hmm.
So what upset me though is the way Australia, particularly Australian sports and journalists, and the caption that the one cartoon that's made, it wants to be racist. But and then some of the sports people over there doing that and dressing up in blackface, But it just showed me, okay, yeah, I can understand how you guys were a penal colony.
Yeah, but do you think it was really taken out of context to say that it was racial or?
It wasn't taken out of context. You dressed up in blackface. You knew what you were doing.
Right, okay, but I mean, far as the referee.
I think the referee was trying to make a statement and trying to make a statement so that a new blood will come in. But I'm glad for the young lady for Japan, and actually she's not from Japan. She's from New York City, and then her parents moved to Florida. But the Florida Tennis Association wouldn't accept her because they said they had too many minorities already. And so the Japanese Association took her. And that's how she became. Yeah.
You know what? Somebody did a comedy. I think it was Dave Chappelle, and they had a draft, and it was a draft of different people from racial orientation who was famous, and they had like Tiger Woods.
He's doing pretty well right now.
Okay, and
So don't drink so.
and so the Chinese or the Japanese bidded on Tiger Woods, and then the blacks bidded on Tiger Woods, and the Japanese won Tiger Woods in the draft, and then they had OJ, and the white people bidded on OJ, and the black people bidded on OJ, and then the white people won OJ, and then they said after he killed his wife,
Right.
forget it, we give him back to the blacks, and it was this whole thing, and you know what? Look, here's the thing, the young lady, Japanese, accepted her, to be
Yeah,
a Japanese,
she's Japanese.
but her daddy's Haitian.
Yeah, he's Haitian.
Okay, her mama's
Haitians were
Japanese.
people who were happy to.
You know what I'm saying? So, but she's from Cleveland. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, give me a break.
She was
I'm just
born
saying.
in New York City.
I'm saying she's born in New York, but she's an American.
All I'm saying is the Florida Tennis Association did not accepted her and said they had too many minorities as well.
They had
already.
too many. Who? Serena and
her sister.
That's too many. That's too many.
Well, now,
That don't make no sense.
no.
That's what they said.
Yeah, because they are really it. Is there any, I mean,
See, if they would have took her, they would have had 3 all-pros and
Right.
be dominating tennis.
Right.
She lives in Florida.
Wow.
I don't know.
Amazing.
isn't that something?
Amazing.
Something.
Her parents are actually very smart people. They're professors at one of the universities.
So what else is going on?
I think it's a lot. We forgot to mention though, Tiger is really doing it really, really well. He's looking like he's back to form. It's kind of scary. Yesterday he was near perfect.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on now. But one of the things me and Lois have been discussing, was the whole Kavanaugh for the Supreme Court. I find it interesting. Everyone is talking about, what he did as a teenager, if he did it. So, with the attacking of the young lady who came out and said, and now they're both adults, of course, that he attacked her.
Yeah, but here's my thing.
And there was a witness. Now, you got to understand, they both went to these high prep schools in rich people. So why did they not go to the police? Generally, they don't. They handle it
Yeah, they,
in-house.
right,
Keep the schools' reputations and blah, blah, blah.
right.
But to me, that is not the big thing about this nominee. The big thing to me about this nominee is that a man who had was so much in debt in July, all of a sudden is not in debt. A man who has a salary of $220 pays off almost $4 million worth of debt in 2
Wow.
months, which is telling me that money did not come from him. When neither his wife or his parents were not super ultra rich.
Question.
Where did that money come from? To me, that's the story.
Oh, okay.
Because it shows somebody's already bought them.
Interesting.
And I read at work. I read through the emails that Senator Cory Booker released. Another thing that to me, all right, you're talking about something that's in the past with a young lady, and that is a concern. That is something that is a concern. But it seemed to me that their parents came to a mutual understanding back then.
Right.
Did he lie about it? Yes, of course. He said he didn't know anything about it, but yet in 2012 he talked about it. 2013 he talked about it. 2015 he talked about it, said it never happened or whatever. Then now you say under oath that you never heard about it. Whether it happened or not, you just lied right there. Also, if you read the emails, his fishing trips had nothing to do with fishing. It had to do with masseuse and, that tells you right there. There's something, not morally right with the gentleman.
Right.
But, and his gambling too. he had a lot of gambling debts that were cleared out at the same time, which is part of that almost $4 million.
Yeah.
So that was all taken care of in 2 months. So again, to me, the question is, where did that money come from?
Right.
But it is,
So is he saying?
of course, nobody's even went there.
Oh, okay. So it's not even up for discussion.
No, it's not even somebody that asked. No one has asked. You make $220,000 a year.
Yeah.
How can you afford
To wipe out that much debt.
$2.4 million mortgage? Blah 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 blah. blah.
Right.
Thank you, Donald Trump.
Okay, what is going on with them?
No, I'm saying thank you, Donald Trump, for paying off this guy's debt.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
did he or the Russians?
Okay, come on.
I don't know.
Here we go.
Who? Hey,
It wasn't the Russians,
how
John.
you know? A lot of his debt was through Russian betting houses.
Mm.
Wasn't the Russians.
I don't know. He was on there betting.
It wasn't the
He
Russians,
was
John.
betting on there.
It wasn't the Russians.
He was betting. He was betting. It wasn't Donald Trump.
Okay,
He's not as
what's-
rich as you think.
so what's next in the news, guys? I mean, this show is just so interesting today.
Oh, dear.
Well, I think that's a really interesting thing because this guy's going to have a lot of power in the Supreme Court as a justice over your daily lives.
John,
It's-
nothing,
what do you got?
nothing in my life goes to the Supreme Court.
A lot of things in your life goes to the Supreme
All
Court.
the things in my life goes before the court of the Lord,
Yeah.
the ultimate court,
Yeah,
okay, the court of God.
the court of God.
I can-
It is His word.
Okay, he has the bottom line, the final say,
It's His word,
so hey,
which will be determined at the day of judgment.
do we have a caller calling in?
Oh, do we?
Oh,
Yeah.
No, we don't. We have someone trying to enter the building. Give me a moment.
Okay.
But,
But
on
yeah.
everything from your taxes,
Yeah.
this guy will have an opinion on it.
Yeah, and speaking of taxes, that's coming around the corner before we know it.
And our taxman, who?
James Oliver. James Oliver will be back in January. Matter of fact, we'll probably bring James back toward the end of the year, just to get people prepared, to get their paperwork and things like that together for tax time. And what they can write off, because there's going to be a lot of
Well, the
different
law-
changes.
right, the tax law
laws are going to
actually
change a little bit.
That they did earlier, it's actually coming in effect for 2019.
Yes.
The law portion of that will be coming into effect in 2019.
Yeah, so get yourself ready, keep all your receipts and things like that, so you'll know what you
Because a
can.
lot of things cannot be written off.
Yeah, they're eliminating a lot of different things that used to be a write-off for 2019.
James Oliver, you
So
got
James will
questions?
be back. We'll be bringing
If
James
you're
Oliver
early
back.
preparer, someone you need to talk to.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh.
going back to Cameron, just real quick.
okay.
Also, I'm just saying those things show a different side. But when we look at the history in some of our Supreme Court justices, a lot of them didn't have the perfect background, or they did things that you think they shouldn't have been there. But yet they turned out to be some of the greatest Supreme Court justices because they understood what they were defending, what their job was. Like Justice Black, who was a grand dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, but yet who led and gave us what's that, Board of Education events, hearing about segregation. And a lot of people were mad at him in, the 60s, early 60s or whatever. And he said, listen, I'm not just the justice for white people. I'm the justice for
all
all
people.
Americans.
Yeah.
And my job is to fully follow the Constitution. So we don't know what Kavanaugh is going to turn out. He has a lot of his alumni and, in Yale that he went to. And a lot of people that when he was doing law on both sides, liberals as Democrats or Republicans or conservative people, or just said he actually is a very good justice. So you just got to go through and see for yourself. As a citizen, you do have an opinion. You can voice that through your representatives. To me, another thing this
Yes,
week, also
yes.
the tariffs. We put a lot of tariffs on Chinese goods. And it looks like, But there's a funny thing about this game, tariffs. Like the soybean thing, come to find out Chinese are still buying soybean from America because it's so cheap, because of the tariffs and with their money being so lower. So it sort of canceled out the tariffs. And actually, it's the Chinese government is trying to prevent Chinese buyers from buying American soybean because it's way cheaper even than Brazilian. It's just our farmers are not getting paid on it. But those tariffs actually are going to really come into effect in this purchasing year coming up after this last business term. And that's why all your purchasers and buyers from your stores and your companies start buying from their supply line. And so we haven't seen those effects on our prices yet.
Right.
But we will see them pop in January and February when the purchasers start buying. So this is a great time to get some of the goods for Christmas, Black Fridays, and things like that. Think of the preceding year.
Yeah. I always buy off season though because you get better deals.
Yeah,
You
there's going
know?
to be some great deals, I think, coming up for this season.
Yeah. Get started on
There'll be
before
some
you
good
know it,
deals.
for your Christmas shopping. And then, we got Amazon now, the big warehouse that's up here on Northfield and Warrensville Center that I am, very happy to see that they're are having job opportunities.
Yeah.
So that's going to be major. And people, is putting money back into our system. And,
Yeah, somewhat. Aren't you afraid about Amazon getting too big and no competitor, really?
Well, it seems like they are going to be it far as mail order. People do a lot of shopping online. I was really surprised how the shopping online has really taken over.
Huh? It's
It's the way of shopping now. So you really don't have any other way of doing your business unless you go to little places like a Walmart.
Brick and mortar. And Walmart is really doing really well catching up with Amazon, too.
Well, actually, I was watching a business news the other day. A young man has come up with a point of sale device that plugs into smaller shops' point of sale. Now, you can go online and let's say you're looking for a widget, and you normally could order that widget from Amazon for a couple bucks. Well, this point of sale device will allow local merchants to plug into a
That is
system,
awesome.
and you can now say, oh, wait, I don't have to get my widget from Amazon and wait a day. There's a widget right here on the corner of my street.
Wow.
Or there's a widget here in this store or that store. So it's taking the local retailer and giving
putting
him
them
the
back
same.
in. Good.
It's evening the playing field
That's
for
good.
the smaller retailers. So I think that's such a great idea.
That is smart.
That
yeah,
is.
yeah. It's
That's
some sort of point of
awesome.
sale system. So if you got a cash register and you keep good inventory of your stock,
Yeah.
you plug it in and it tell the world exactly what you got in
And
your store.
therefore you can get business
Get it
drawn
right,
to you.
Exactly.
Would you
Yeah.
guys ever go to one of these Amazon stores that they're soon going to be putting out, the 365-day store, where there's no cashiers?
I've been to the on 2020 Euclid Avenue, right up the street from the studio.
Yeah, okay, that was the one they had on television. So tell me about your experience.
I've enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, there's some equipment that we're using here today that's allowing me to do all these 3-camera shots that we're doing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys noticed it, but there's been 3 shots throughout
Yeah,
the whole
and
day.
I know you said
You
we
know,
got new cameras.
We got 3 shots, and what I was able to do, I ordered this piece of equipment. Amazon had it to me in a day, and I go in on my phone. I track the delivery. It says it's been delivered. I go in there. There has this big wall with all these different cabinets, and each cabinet, let's say there may be 10 cabinets per number. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's each cabinet. You just stick your phone up under the code reader,
Yeah.
and the door opens,
And
and
your
there's
product.
your
Oh, that is
your-
awesome.
your product. And it's very convenient. The only problem with the one here in Cleveland, there's no ample parking
Okay.
to the one downtown, so you
So
sort of
you-
gotta,
Walk, get
park,
dropped
maybe
off,
drop
or
them. But now there's one in
prevent
Richmond.
tickets.
There's one in Richmond Mall. So I could have gone to Richmond Mall and did the same thing, but my office is right here downtown. So,
Right.
but yeah, it's a very convenient way to get your packages. And I
So
actually,
I wonder if they're gonna put the same thing out here then at the big warehouse at Warrensville.
you're talking about, well, you know, they got one in Warrensville, they got one in Euclid.
Good, right.
But I'm hearing some real negative stories
About being an
deliveries,
employee? Oh.
about deliveries, how the drivers are just really, being treated like crap.
And that's why they're Amazon is
And-
trying to phase that part out.
Right.
They're being treated bad by who? Amazon or
by Amazon. And here's the thing, though, it's set up just like an Uber driver. If you got a van, you get a couple vans, you
Right.
can become a fleet of delivery
Right.
services for Amazon.
Right.
But you're on a strict schedule, you're on a strict time. They're talking about guys can't even stop to go urinate. They got to urinate in bottles
Oh,
and
no.
stuff like that because, and don't dare, have something happen. You got to bring packages back into the.
You're a subcontractor
the
because then they
facility.
take that off
Yeah,
your pay.
right. They take it off your pay and stuff. So
So it's a really hustle.
it is a real hustle.
You know, I was at a comedy show last Friday and some ladies were standing out in the parking lot and they were talking about Amazon and, as far as getting a part-time job. And the other lady, she says, no, you really don't want to do that. She said, because I understand they work you like a slave up in there, And
Who doesn't?
Well, I'm true. I mean, but this is a big warehouse, so everything has to, their time and
Everything's based on
restriction.
time.
Yeah, and time is so important. And you can
logistics.
probably imagine because look, they have to get their product out there.
To the
and
individual that they guarantee.
they
a time
promise
frame.
a certain time frame. So I'm quite sure they're going to be a little harder on the employee. I don't know. But, they said it's a pretty, you work when you get in that job.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to work. You're going to work for that money.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's, a lot with those drivers, because they first went to like a Uber thing, and then they went to that, like you said, where if you have a van, you can become a subcontractor or a fleet of vans. But I think they're trying to keep the prices down and minimize, because they're so cost control. That company is so cost control.
Yes. Well, I mean, you're getting free delivery, so you're paying for, somebody's paying for your free delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's paying for it. And,
Yeah.
and that's those guys and gals that are working.
Out there doing it.
All right, so, wow, okay, so you had a good experience at that 365 store then?
Yeah, the 2020, yeah, great experience. I mean, it's automated. I mean, you can't mess up.
Right.
But there's someone there to help you. I even asked the guy, I said, now, how does this work? Is there a little guy behind the wall that's really filling the package?
It's sitting there watching
or is it
you on a
automated?
big screen
And
TV.
it is.
Yeah.
Actually, it is. He, once you click on your phone that you're picking up your package or whatever,
He puts it in
he
the
already
system.
puts it into the system and into the cabinet, based on the size of the package.
Okay.
And you put your phone up there, the code reader reads it, and bloop, the door swings open with your package in it.
That's nice.
And it is very convenient, especially if you don't want something delivered to your home.
Yeah.
And you just want to pick it up there. Now this store is only open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. By the way, just to
Okay.
let you know, it's not a 24/7. So.
Okay, well, that's cool.
But I'm sure they're going to come up with 24/7s.
Yeah,
especially for the holiday time.
Well, they've been already testing those out, like in Sweden, I think in China, and in San Francisco.
Sure.
And they call them 365.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be open all around, and
Yeah.
your packages, even groceries, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, because the grocery stores are now getting into it really big with, and I wonder how, I don't think I would
Because they
want
own Whole
somebody
Foods.
going in the store, picking out, shopping for me. I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, you
I
gotta go
would.
pick, you
Me
would?
too.
Car side, I like that car
Well, see,
side.
I
I've
like
been telling my
shopping,
wife to
doing my
do it.
shopping myself. When you use produce and, dry goods and things, that's not a problem. But when you get to your meats and things like that, I want to see what I'm getting. Of course, you're putting your trust that they will
All right, Thomas.
give you, what you're asking for.
I need to see it.
But it's coming to be because the people at my job, ladies, they talk about it. Car side is becoming very popular. Letting
Yep.
people do it for yourself. So
I think that was a great idea for them to do, come up with.
well, especially if someone's on a run and you got a busy, hectic schedule, you don't really have the time, and so you can just sweep in there after work, and your stuff is there, so.
So, we went over a lot of events
Yes,
that
we
people
did.
can go to this week,
Yes,
this Sunday.
yes,
Take a look at them, especially out there at the Museum of Art.
yes.
Because the guy, that artist, what's his name? What was it again? The
Oh.
Infinity of Mirrors.
Yeah, the Infinity of Mirrors, Yeo Kusama.
He's a Japanese artist, and
yes,
he's
Japanese
one of the
artist.
best artists in the world. So, and there's a lot of that going on, to take a look at for
Yeah.
this upcoming week.
And then you got your Cleveland
Got our
Armenian
arts and
Festival.
galleries and our
Yeah,
Shaker Square.
and Shaker Square is a wonderful place. I lived at Shaker Square
Urban
for
Film.
years. Urban Film Festival, please get out and support our
Mm-hmm.
Urban Film Festival because, we really have some great movies that you do not
Great
get to
directors
see, every
in our
day.
area.
So give
Great
them,
actors.
yes, please go and support, and also if you are doing something wonderful and have an event or whatever you want, you have a new business that's coming out, and you need that exposure, please give us a call here at What's Going On with Lady D and Sir John. We can be reached at 216-571-2235. We're always here. We're always ready to let the world know about what you're doing.
All right, and you got to keep in mind, we're the home of the 25-cent advertisement. I mean, this is an opportunity
Yes.
as an entrepreneur to get, really, really easy way to get whatever you're doing out there.
Yes.
Out there.
Yeah.
And really, put some fire under whatever brand or whatever you're doing to get moving.
Yeah, because we want
Affordable.
to give you that exposure and also let it be affordable in your bottom dollar
Right.
line.
That's all it's about.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're here to help you. You're here to help us. We all work together at the KZ family. All right, so remember, check out our website. Go to the KZ. Wait a minute, I'm going to say KZ homepage. The homepage of 25 cents. And come on, give us a call at 216-571-2235.
And look at all our shows on the YouTube.
Yes.
Please, and like us. And, really, because we're here for you. We're here for Northeastern Ohio, whatever you're doing, to get it out there. And the best way we can do that is through our media. And we're the best. We're the best and the most affordable. So, give us a call, be on our show, and click that like button and subscribe on YouTube.
Yes. All righty. Well, thank you. Go out and enjoy the rest of this Sunday. Thank you for tuning in with What's Going On with Lady D and the Sir John Show.
Go Brown.
Go Brown.